It's about time. What's going
on? Rumor Report. Rumor Report.
This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, this video has surfaced of Michael Bennett. He was being handcuffed by the police while laying face down in the concrete in Vegas, and you can hear him screaming he's innocent. Now, this video was August 26th. It was in Vegas outside Dre's nightclub. Apparently, the officers were there because there was reports of a shooting, and they were trying to figure out who...
What date was this?
This is August 26th.
That was fight weekend?
Yes.
It was fight weekend.
It was definitely fight weekend. That was fight night.
I remember seeing all over Twitter, there were shots fired outside of Dre's, but then there was never any shots fired.
No shots.
So apparently the cops came because they got reports of shots fired and they found out there were none. But Michael Bennett has put up a letter. He said, Las Vegas police officers singled me out and pointed their guns at me for doing nothing more than simply being a black man in the wrong place at the wrong time. A police officer ordered me to get on the ground. As I laid on the ground, complying with his commands not to move, he placed his gun near my head and warned me that if I moved, he would blow my effing head off. So he was saying that the officers used excessive use of force. It was unbearable. Here's what he had to say during a press conference.
It's a traumatic experience for me, my family. I'm just focused on trying to push forward and keep continuously championing the quest for justice for people, keep pushing equality for oppressed people. I try to tell my daughters every single day that they matter.
Salute to my guy, Michael Bennett. Great dude. Does a lot for his community. Stand-up citizen. Has a book coming out called, I think, How to Make White People Uncomfortable, I think it's called. Something to that effect.
Well, the Seattle Seahawks coach Pete Carroll has supported Michael Bennett as well. Here's what he said.
We take this opportunity to say that we stand in support of him and anyone facing inequalities. What happened with Michael is a classic illustration of the reality of inequalities that are demonstrated daily. You know, may this incident inspire all of us to respond with compassion. When inequalities are brought to light, allow us to have the courage to stand for change. We can do better than this.
Well, how come y'all don't feel like that when Colin Kaepernick takes a knee for those same issues?
Now,
you know what I mean? I want you to have that same energy when it comes to Colin Kaepernick and what he's taking a knee for.
In Vegas, the police department is saying that he actually it wasn't racial profiling, but they targeted him because he acted suspicious. He says that officers only chased Michael Bennett when he acted suspiciously during the intense search. According to this police officer, they're saying...
What do they call suspicious? Black skin? Like what makes somebody suspicious? Big and black?
I'll tell you what they said. Okay, the officers, they said as they moved toward the nightclub, an individual later identified as Bennett was seen crouched down behind a gaming machine as the officers approached. Once Bennett was in the officer's view, he quickly ran out of the south doors, jumped over a wall onto Flamingo Road east of Las Vegas Boulevard into traffic. Due to Bennett's actions and the information the officers had at the time, they believe Bennett may have been involved in the shooting and they gave chase. They said he was placed into handcuffs and detained, and he was detained for about 10 minutes while they determined that he was not involved.
So this big 6'4", 250-pound person was just jumping over walls, running all through Vegas. That's what you want me to believe.
Now here's what the police officers had to say.
With very little information as to who the shooter was or the shooter's location, our officers pushed past the fleeing crowds. As they moved towards the nightclub, an individual later identified as Bennett was seen crouched down behind a gaming machine as the officers approached. Once Bennett was in the officer's view, he quickly ran out of the south doors, jumped over a wall onto Flamingo Road East. Due to Bennett's actions and the information the officers had at the time, they believed Bennett may have been involved in the shooting, and they gave chase.
Well, the good thing about Vegas, there's cameras everywhere
so they're actually
in Vegas.
going through all of this video camera footage.
And they should pull them cameras, and Michael Bennett should shoot a shot at them if they're lying.
And listen, if I'm wrong,
cameras everywhere.
If I'm wrong, I stand corrected, but I highly doubt that happened. I highly doubt that Michael Bennett was crouching behind something and he was running and jumped over a wall in the traffic. I highly doubt it.
But one thing about Vegas, there's cameras everywhere.
Right, so they are combing through hundreds of video footage.
You got to show me, Las Vegas police. Right?
And right now, Michael Bennett is considering filing a federal civil rights lawsuit for excessive force as they investigate that incident that happened just last month.
Well, his book will be out this fall. It's called How to Make White People Uncomfortable. And chapter 1 is to be big and black.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club, every weekday morning. Tune in.